We wanted to do a short piece today on seller financing. Hi, I'm Brandon Thomas, and this is Suzette Smith. We're with Equity Real Estate, and this is Alan Blood with CFG Home Loans. As interest rates have been increasing, we are increasingly getting sellers who are being approached by buyers and investors who are saying, hey, you want to sell your home? Would you be interested in offering seller financing?
So just to explain what seller financing is, the buyer may approach the seller and they want the seller to transfer the ownership of the property over to them, but they want them to continue to do the financing. And in most cases, most people do still have a mortgage on their property, so they're not paying that mortgage off. They're going to continue to keep that mortgage, make the payments, and the new buyer will make their payments to the seller. But there are risks involved that we feel like you should be aware of.
There's 4 issues that come up with seller financing people really need to understand. And the fourth one is something nobody's talking about. So here they are. Number 1, when you seller finance a home, you've technically violated the terms of your note. So you're in technical default on your mortgage, which is not good. Number 2, when you seller finance a home, you don't own the home anymore. You have a mortgage and you can't insure it. So you've got an insurance potential issue with the risk. Number 3, you have a credit issue because when you sell that home to somebody else, but your mortgage is still in place in your name, they don't make the payments, you've got a problem. Or if you're the buyer and the seller doesn't make the payments, that could be a problem. And then lastly, when you do seller financing as a seller and you have a mortgage in place, it makes it very difficult for you to buy a new home really at any point down the road.
Thanks for explaining that. And in a nutshell, that is seller financing. Any one of us would be happy to explain in more detail any of those topics. And everybody's situation is different. We're not saying that there's no place at all for seller financing. It may work for somebody who's not carrying a current mortgage on their property. There may be other reasons. If you have questions about it, please reach out to any one of us. We'll look at your specific situation and before you enter into a contract that you can't get out of.